Excellences, le président de la Cour suprême et président du Conseil supérieur de la magistrature, Monsieur le représentant du procureur général, représentant du service national correctionnel, le représentant du service national d'investigation, de la police nationale, de l'association de l'organisation des huissiers professionnels, les représentants de la Commission nationale des droits de l'homme, représentants du PNUD et du UN Women et Rwanda Financial Intelligence, Monsieur le bâtonnier, Messieurs les bâtonniers et amis des barreaux amis et du barreau du Rwanda, chers partenaires, chers membres du Conseil de l'ordre du barreau du Rwanda, chers délégués en provenance des barreaux amis, chers avocats du barreau du Rwanda, distingués invités, bonjour. Et nous voici enfin au jour ce que nous avons tant attendu, la célébration du 25e anniversaire du barreau du Rwanda. Comme on l'a annoncé avant, et moi qui vous parle, je suis Victor Mugabe avec ma collègue Florida Kabasinga et nous sommes chargés de la facilitation des échanges au cours de cette journée. Comme indiqué dans le programme d'aujourd'hui, nous célébrons 25 ans d'anniversaire du barreau du Rwanda, dont le thème est le barreau du Rwanda à ses 25 ans, un pilier pour le droit de l'homme, la justice équitable et l'état de droit au Rwanda. Avant d'inviter Monsieur le bâtonnier du barreau du Rwanda à livrer son mot d'accueil, j'aimerais inviter Madame Florida Kabasinga à communiquer la raison de notre présence ici en langue anglaise.
Thank you, Victor. Good morning, everyone. The Chief Justice of the Republic of Rwanda, the President of the Court of Appeal of Rwanda, the Vice Chancellor of the University of Rwanda, other members present here from the Rwanda Correctional Services, from the Rwanda Investigation Bureau, from the Rwanda National Police, the Bailiffs Associations, members of Parliament, National Commission of Human Rights representatives, presidents of the Court of Appeal of the High Court, the UNDP, UN Women, Rwanda Finance Intelligence Center, Rwanda Forensics, Friends of Rwanda from Belgium and from France. We are very excited to have you here. Today, our Bar Association celebrates 25 years. This is a very, very exciting moment for us. It's been a long, long journey. Some of the friends that are present have been with us, have worked with us, and we are very, very happy that they could join us today. So today, that's what we are celebrating, and we are happy to see all of you this morning. Victor and I are very happy to be your MCs today, and so we start the program today. Victor, back to you.
Merci. Sans trop tarder, nous aimerions inviter Monsieur le bâtonnier, Maître Moïse Mundabarashi, à livrer son mot d'accueil à cette auguste assemblée. Monsieur le bâtonnier.
Je voudrais tout d'abord remercier le président de la Cour suprême d'être parmi nous. Et je voudrais aussi remercier tout le monde qui est venu. J'aurai le temps peut-être de pouvoir vous reconnaître particulièrement dans ma discours. Mais je voudrais aussi mentionner que, comme vous l'avez noté, on va utiliser les deux langues. On va travailler en français et en anglais. Et j'aimerais bien alors prononcer mon discours en anglais. Honorable Chief Justice, Honorable President of the Court of Appeal, Honorable President of the High Court, representatives of the justice sector institutions here present, Bar President here present, delegates, President Emeritus of Rwanda Bar Association. I've seen the former council members, the active council members today. Good morning. I'm very, very pleased and happy to see you all today. You look great, and we are more than excited to celebrate this 25th anniversary of our Bar Association in your presence. distinguished friends, guests, ladies and gentlemen, it's my great honor and privilege to warmly welcome you all as we celebrate 25 years anniversary of the Rwanda Bar Association. Our country, Rwanda, had no professional body for lawyers organized as per the standards of the legal profession until 1997. I want to give you all a little bit of the background of the legal practice in Rwanda, for which we celebrate 25 years today. During the colonial period, the term advocate enrolled with the Bar Association was used in the decree of 1931. However, the same legal instrument did not mention how the same Bar Association would be established or would be governed or regulated. When Rwanda gained independence in 1962, again Rwanda did not have an organized bar association. It's to be noted that all Rwanda neighboring countries had bar association and law societies for which creation dates back in 1950s. Even though there was no bar association in Rwanda, as I mentioned above, some legal instruments were referring to the term advocate, but still there was no body that was bringing these professionals together to be in the same organization. Another example of a legal instrument for which, in which the term advocate was referred to is the law of 15th July 1964, regulating the civil code and commercial procedure. In its Article 81, this very article provided that an advocate enrolled with the National Bar Association was the one qualified to represent litigants in cause of law. In 1984, the law number 12/1984 of 12 May 1984, governing representations in courts of law, entrusted the then Minister of Justice discretionary power to deliver practicing licenses to applicants requesting to represent litigants in courts of law. Again, this was not the best practice, since the independence of these practitioners was seriously undermined, because there's no single country where legal practitioners are governed by a member of the executive. After the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi, the Rwandan justice sector was put at a test, thereby calling for enhanced capacities and reforms in order to cope with the post-genocide justice demand. In the immediate aftermath of the 1994 genocide against the Tutsi, the Rwandan leadership made the creation of the Bar Association a priority. Only 3 years later, the same leadership that wanted to promote justice and the rule of law enacted in 1997 the first ever law regulating a bar association named Kigali Bar Association. On the 15th April 1997, an act of parliament creating Kigali Bar Association was published to the official gazette. This marked a memorable realization of the Rwandan legal fraternity, since this was like a dream becoming true for so many lawyers who had legal practice experience from within the country as mandataire en justice, as well as the ones from neighboring countries that had a very huge experience in practice, and among them are the ones that we have until now. In 2002, Rwanda embarked on a judicial reform, which obviously brought changes in the judicial structure. The reform led to the disappearance of the then Court of Appeal, which jurisdiction would influence the creation of any bar association as per the law of 1997 governing Kigali Bar Association. There comes November 4th, 2013, when the law number 83, 2013 of 11th September 2013, establishing the Bar Association in Rwanda and determining its organization, functioning, and jurisdiction. So this brought tremendous changes in legal practice, since a new bar association now that was bringing together both Kigali Bar Association members and they called the Défenseur Judiciaire, came together and formed one bar association, which is a national bar association. In August 1997, when Kigali Bar Association was created, only 37 lawyers were sworn in and admitted to the bar. The then membership was made of 30 men and 7 women. Since then, the Rwanda Bar Association grew, and it's now counting 1,500 members. Within the 1,500 members, we've got 325 women, and the same bar is now growing tremendously economically and is playing its role in the administration of justice in Rwanda for now 25 years. RBA at this point has a vision, and it's none other than being a vibrant bar association that promotes human rights, rule of law, welfare of its members, economic growth, building a strong network regionally and internationally, capacity building, promoting women lawyers and young lawyers, promoting the use of IT. You have noticed that in this conference we decided to use less papers and rather use QR codes to access booklets that we normally print, which is not environmental friendly. And even for the registration, we've used an online platform that helped us to come up with a registration of our members. I want you to test. On your badges, we've got the QR code that you can scan and access each and everything that we are going to be doing here in this conference. So we want this bar association to be an IT-driven institution, because if we are managing 1,500 people, we cannot afford to keep working in the same way like the one we've been doing before. I want to take this opportunity to thank all members of the RBA for entrusting me to be your 7th president. It's an honor for me, and I want to reiterate my commitment to serve you all to the best of my abilities, Allow me also to thank and recognize the members of the Governing Council of RBA with whom I work on a day-to-day basis. I kindly request them to stand for recognition. Honorable Chief Justice, as you can notice, from 7 women in 1997, there are now 325, as I mentioned above. We've got 7 women lawyers in the council. No doubt, gender is becoming our core value, and we will keep upholding this as we build a bar that leaves no one behind. Dear participants, allow me to thank the Honorable Chief Justice in particular, and I would really want him to stand for recognition as well. Honorable Chief Justice, we thank you for honoring our invitation today and for having responded positively to every single invitation we extended to you. I also want to remind those of you who might not be aware that the Honorable Chief Justice is our member. Today, you will understand that he is not an active member, but initially he is our member as Rwanda Bar Association. So at 25, Honorable Chief Justice, we are more than happy to have contributed to the justice of this Rwanda by producing members that can become Chief Justice, that can become Attorney General, it's an honor for Rwanda Bar Association, and we do not take this for granted. I also want to remind those of you in the room, because today we are celebrating 25 years, the Honorable Chief Justice, by the time the first ever law that was creating Rwanda Kigali Bar Association was enacted, he was the then Minister of Justice. So you will definitely understand that a Minister of Justice in 1997, when our country was still in an emergency like the one we've gone through, taking an initiative and making sure that a law putting in place an organization like Kigali Bar Association, the role of a Minister of Justice at that time was very, very crucial. So we thank you very much, Chief Justice, for your contribution, and we do not take this for granted. The work you've done with our pioneers was of a great, great importance, and it's the reason why we are here today. Colleagues, friends of RBA, allow me to thank you all for making it to this memorable day of our Bar Association. The following team that have worked day and night to put everything together, and I want to thank them. Honorable Chief Justice, my speech was too long, but it was for a reason. A journey of 25 years cannot be expressed within 10 minutes. I want to thank each and everyone that is in the room for making this day a success, and I wish you a very, very happy anniversary as we move for the next 25 years and more. Thank you very much.
Monsieur le bâtonnier, merci beaucoup. En fait, votre discours, vous avez dit qu'il était long, mais vraiment, il n'en était pas, parce que le parcours de ces 25 ans, ce n'est pas quelque chose qu'on peut exprimer en quelques minutes, mais on était vraiment très ravis de ce progrès, de ce développement. Avant, Monsieur le bâtonnier, nous voulons reconnaître la présence d'une délégation du Parlement du Rwanda. Je voudrais demander à cette délégation de se mettre debout pour être reconnue. Merci. Cela vraiment montre le partenariat du barreau du Rwanda qui est vraiment très fort avec les organes de prise de décision comme le Parlement ainsi que d'autres qu'on avait cités avant.
We recognize the presence of members of parliament who are very good partners with the Bar Association. Many times the Bar Association is asked to come and give its opinions and arguments before the members of parliament. And we are so happy to have members of parliament present today. Please let's welcome them.
Maintenant, l'étape suivante de notre programme, c'est d'inviter, j'aimerais demander à Monsieur le bâtonnier, si vous le permettez, d'inviter notre invité d'honneur, Excellence, le président de la Cour suprême, pour livrer... OK, merci.
We welcome the Chief Justice to give his keynote speech. Umushyitsi mukuru wacu, Chief Justice w'igihugu cyacu, agiye gutanga ijambo rye. Murakoze.
Thank you, Senior Counsel, for introducing me. Distingués invités venant des barreaux amis du barreau du Rwanda, et distingués représentants de différentes organisations dans le secteur de la justice, mais aussi chers collègues juges qui sont dans l'audience, distinguished guests coming from sister bar and law societies in Africa, but also I recognize the Vice President of the Common Law Lawyer Association and other distinguished guests. Good morning to all. Bonjour à tous et à toutes. It is my pleasure to join you this morning in this opening ceremony of the conference marking the Silver Jubilee of the Rwanda Bar Association. Witnessing such a memorable event has a particular meaning for me, as the bâtonnier and the president of the Rwanda Bar Association said. It does have a particular meaning for me as someone who in 1997 was privileged as Minister of Justice to affix the seal of the Republic on the law establishing the then Kigali Bar Association, which was replaced by the current Rwanda Bar Association in 2013. As a brief look at the history of the Bar Association in Rwanda can attest, the tortuous road toward the creation of the bar was challenging. But thanks to the commitment of the government and the support from different shareholders, those joint efforts came to fruition. The establishment of the bar was even significant, considering that in the aftermath of the genocide against the Tutsi, the justice and the justice system itself was left in limbo, while demands on the justice sector to enhance capacity and undertake reforms in order to cope with the post-genocide justice emergency were the most pressing. Thus, there is really today a legitimate reason to gather for this conference on the theme, Rwanda Bar Association at 25, a pillar of human rights protection, fair justice, and the rule of law in Rwanda. From its humble beginning, with only 37 advocates, to its current state with more than 1,500 members, the Rwanda Bar Association has continuously strengthened its capacity in order to enable advocates to better fulfill their main role to guide their clients through the judicial system. It is in this regard that measures to nurture good collaboration between the judiciary and the bar have been taken, since both institutions have to work hand in hand to uphold the rule of law as they strive to ensure access to quality and timely justice for all. We commend the Rwanda Bar Association for its good achievements in its 25 years of existence. Plus particulièrement, le barreau et les avocats sont à remercier pour des actions louables, pro bono, qu'ils accomplissent au service des personnes sans moyens financiers d'accéder au système judiciaire. Nous voudrions encore une fois solliciter votre appui au programme de plaidoyer de culpabilité initié dernièrement par le système judiciaire. Nous faisons également un appel de soutien au programme de médiation. Ici, les avocats ne doivent pas penser que la médiation les empêche d'avoir un certain nombre d'affaires, mais plutôt voir la médiation comme un autre type d'affaires. Considering today's complex and dynamic environment, justice institutions, including the bar, must raise their standards in order to cope with disputes that often involve technical, complex issues where specialized knowledge and training may be essential. Counsel, lawyers, and judges have to be equipped to deal with such complex matters. Opportunities for their continuing education development must be strengthened. I may say that beyond honing competence and legal skills, each legal professional must also strive to uphold high standards in terms of ethics. A pressing need in this regard is to combat corruption as it violates the constitutive principles of any legal system. I'd like to call upon the bar to team up with the judiciary in order to eradicate judicial corruption that undermines confidence in our judicial system. This is critical. This is critical in building a strong rule of law culture that fuels a legal and business environment that protects contracts and property rights. All of these, as we know, are essential to attract foreign direct investments and multilateral and multinational business interests as engine to drive our economic growth. Rwanda's aspiration to be a vibrant commercial and financial hub requires nothing less than certainty of laws and certainty in their enforcement. I am therefore confident that we, the judiciary and the Bar Association, will be able to efficiently and effectively live up to the country's higher expectations. Let me conclude my short remarks. And by concluding my short remarks again, I'd like to congratulate the Rwanda Bar Association for its Silver Jubilee and reiterate the collaboration and the cooperation of the judiciary, since we believe that it is by working together that we build a strong rule of law culture that is essential to foster peace, security, and the development our country wants. Once again, also, I would like to thank all distinguished guests who traveled all the way to come to Rwanda to join the Rwanda Bar Association in celebrating these memorable events. Nous le savons bien, la justice et l'état de droit sont des pierres angulaires de la sécurité et du développement durable. I wish you all fruitful discussions during this conference. Thank you for your kind attention. Je vous remercie pour votre aimable attention.
Merci, Excellence, le président de la Cour suprême. Et nous voulons aussi reconnaître la présence du représentant de l'Office de l'Ombudsman et du ministère de la Justice. Comme M. le bâtonnier l'a indiqué, et aussi notre invité d'honneur, le parcours du barreau durant les 25 dernières années, c'était vraiment un parcours très intéressant. Donc, on aura aussi d'autres occasions à pouvoir expérimenter tout ce parcours. Et puis, ce parcours positif, comme on l'a dit, est le fruit des efforts de différents dirigeants du barreau, partenaires, amis, tant au niveau local et au niveau international. C'est pour cela que le barreau du Rwanda, représenté par M. le bâtonnier, a voulu quand même remercier toutes ces personnes qui ont été à côté du barreau durant toutes ces dernières années.
Inshuti twese tusangiye umwuga turafatanya kugira ngo dushimire abantu bose badufashije imyaka 25. Iyo ugenze uri wenyine uhura n'akaga, ariko iyo uri kumwe n'abandi uhura ugira imbaraga zo gukora ibintu byose. Rero mu myaka 25 ikurikiraho turasaba inshuti n'abantu bose batugenze iruhande, ababitangiye n'ababikomeza uyu munsi n'abazakora uyu mwuga mu myaka iri imbere ko tuzaza dufatanya. Ngira ngo icyo kinyarwanda mvuze gisobanuye igifaransa Victor yavuze cyo numvaga. Ubundi Victor niwe wagombaga kuvuga ikinyarwanda, none ndabona yaba yadutereranye. Thank you very much. I tried to paraphrase in Kinyarwanda what my co-MC Victor said in French, which I completely didn't understand, but I hope I did him justice. Thank you.
Merci Florida. Donc ça aussi c'est une étape très importante de ce programme. Et comment on va procéder? Et nous allons inviter Monsieur le bâtonnier de venir devant juste pour présider cette cérémonie. Et puis, comme le programme l'indique, c'est qu'on va quand même remercier les anciens bâtonniers du barreau, mais les anciens bâtonniers du barreau ont travaillé avec d'autres partenaires clés, tant au niveau local qu'international. Donc, il y a une liste que M. le bâtonnier détient, mais comme ces personnages sont vraiment distingués au cours de ces dernières 25 années, nous allons demander aux bâtonniers de nous faire quand même une petite introduction sur ces personnages que nous quand même considérons comme très importants au barreau. Donc 1 minute pour chaque personne. Et puis, Monsieur le bâtonnier aussi, après avoir fait cette introduction, nous lui demandons d'inviter son Excellence le Président de la Cour suprême quand même de pouvoir donner ces récompenses à ces personnages que nous attendons impatiemment de connaître leur nom. Monsieur le bâtonnier, c'est maintenant à vous.
Thank you very much, dear MCs. Honorable Chief Justice, as I did mention, I am the 7th president of the Rwanda Bar Association. That means behind me there is 6 great men that have worked day and night to make sure that this bar association gets where it is now. The first ever president of the Rwanda Bar Association was Bâtonnier Frédéric Motagwera. Some of us in the room might not be knowing him, but the history we hear from him, he was a great man. He was a man of principle, and he was a man of the legal profession, and he was a man of justice. The reason why I took this time to mention him is because he played a very, very important role in the creation of the Rwanda Bar Association. The pioneers with whom we are here today, we get enough time to talk about it, but it's really a pleasure to recognize him at this function because he was there at the starting point of our bar association. I would like to know whether the niece that is going to get his award is already in the room. Okay, I see you. So we're going to call you at a certain point. Honorable Chief Justice, we also have Bâtonnier Kazungu Jean Bosco. He is in the room. Monsieur le Président, Monsieur l'ancien bâtonnier, je voudrais que vous puissiez venir ici avant. Merci beaucoup pour votre travail que vous avez fait. Il était là parmi les 37 avocats qui ont prêté serment. Et aujourd'hui, on est vraiment fiers de pouvoir vous honorer pour le travail que vous avez fait. Thank you so much. Honorable Chief Justice, we also want to honor Bâtonnier Gatera Gashabana. He is among our past president and he's still with us. We are very, very happy for your work. Thank you so much for your contribution, Mr. President. We also want to recognize Honorable Chief Justice, the President, the past President, Mr. Haguma Jean. Haguma Jean, Mr. President, Honorable Chief Justice is no more, but we've got his son here in the room. He's here to be recognized for the work he has done, and So many of us got to know him, and we believe he was among the pioneers that played a very, very important role to make sure that our bar association gets where it is. So, Sasha, you're most welcome. Honorable Chief Justice, this is in our culture as Rwanda Bar Association. We do not forget people simply because they are no more in this world. So this culture, we are going to uphold it up until the end of the time. We also want to recognize Honorable Chief Justice, the President Emeritus Karangwa Vincent. Honorable Chief Justice, when I was looking at Batonier Karangwa's journey in the profession, he took oath before we were born. He is now in the legal practice for almost 41 years. That means 25 years with the Rwanda Bar Association, but he first practiced outside of Rwanda. We also want to recognize Honorable Chief Justice Batonier Rutabingwa. I don't know if he's in the room. Councillor Butare, can you represent, please? I know he's your managing partner, and we wouldn't be doing justice if he's not awarded. Councillor Rutabingwa, today you're not here, but we want to thank you for your contribution in making sure that the Rwanda Bar Association goes where it is today. Honorable Chief Justice, we want to recognize again the last but not least, Batonier Julien Gustave Kavaruganda. Honorable Chief Justice, I don't think I'm going to speak again because the round of applause speaks by itself. Batonier Julien, thank you very much for your contribution. We really appreciate the work you've done, and we want to make sure that it's sustained going forward. Honorable Chief Justice, it wouldn't have been an easy journey if we had done this without learning from the ones that have been in practice. We want to recognize also Batonier Pahuel. Honorable Chief Justice, Batonier Pahuel is a former president of Pontoise, but he is also our member. He's a member of Rwanda Bar Association, and he was among the 37 that took oath before the then Court of Appeal. And today, he's still with us. Thank you very much for your contribution, Mr. President, and it's really a pleasure to have you in the room today. Honorable Chief Justice, we want to thank the last among the president, but not the least. And this is none other than Batonier Delvaux. Honorable Chief Justice, these friends have played a very, very important role in making sure that Rwanda Bar Association becomes what it is today. So, Batonier Delvaux, merci beaucoup. We want to recognize Batonier Frederic Mutagwera. And I would request the niece to please come before and be recognized. I spoke about him good things, and then at the end of the day, it went out of my my control. But those of you who know Frederick, you know that he's someone normally not to be forgotten. So please pass this very trophy to the family, and we recognize the work that he has done. Please let them know that it's of a great importance to have his contribution by the time he was still alive. Thank you very much.